Let's see, what was the other one people wanted me to look at? 9 Souls? Is this the one I think it is? Yeah, this is kind of like Hollow Knight. Such a good game. Oh. Yeah, some of these fights look pretty hard. It's like Cat Sekiro. Oh. The animations look pretty good too. Jesus. Holy shit. Holy fuck, what is this game? This looks pretty hard. Oh my god. Yeah, this is brutal, man. Moist said it was goated. I watched them play it for like 30 minutes. And that's the only person that I know that played that game. Cats have 9 lives, by the way. Yeah, I've heard of that. I actually had a cat that used all 9 of them. I did. He got crushed by the garage door. He got locked in the shed. He got run over by a car. And then after he got run over by a car, he would lay in the street. In the middle of the street. The car would stop in front of him, waiting for him to move. He would be laying there. The car would drive around the cat. That's a violent cat. Bro, he was, by the way. This motherfucker would go crazy. He would scratch you so fast. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. See, and me now? Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a protester. Yeah, have you considered he wanted to do it? Yeah, I don't know. And let's see, he knew he could tank another car. Yeah, he could just tank another car. And would you deport the cat for violence? I mean, he got deported to the animal control when he got caught in a garage door. And we had to pick him up. I didn't know if he was okay, because like they take this cat out, and he's like you know, a black cat, right? And they take him out, and he looks like a little stuffed animal. And usually he's like he was kind of like mangy, you know, little scuffed, right? And so his name is Brother, and because his sister was our cat, and then Brother came in. And they would get in fights. They got in fights. You know how like cats for a while start like will like feud with each other, and then they'll like start getting along? Well, these cats never got along. Imagine 7 years of them hating each other. And it never stopped. They were getting fights around the house. It was nuts, right? And they were both these big black cats. And so basically, so we go to the animal control place, and they take him out, and like his sister was like much fluffier, a little bit fatter, and a lot nicer, right? But he was mangy, skinny, and aggressive, right? And yeah, BBCs, yes, big black cats, exactly. Just what my dad's calling me. Well, you're on speaker.
All right. Why do you always fuck this story up? All my life, I've always picked up, except for one cat.
What did I fuck up?
I'm getting to it. Except for one cat that Zach's mom got. Every cat I've ever had is feral. Has been feral, because that's the closest thing I could get to living with a wild animal that could be free. I don't cut their nails off. I don't grind their teeth down. I don't do any of that shit. Mm-hmm. These are wild animals. People, oh, they kill the poor birds. That's tough shit. But I mean, that's the way. That's life in the real world. So, yep. I would, you know, when I see a cat wandering around, I put out food, and they come around, and
that's a new cat.
Eventually, they kind of, you know, integrate, and they become a pet, you know, no, semi-pet. And like sister was a little milder, but she was just as bad as Brother at first. And Brother was real badass. You'd be there petting him, and he'd be purring. he'd be a happy motherfucker.
Until.
And all of a sudden, he wouldn't even lower his ears. If you see him lower his ears, you get your fucking self, the whole self away from him.
Yep.
Because he couldn't get you by the arm, he'd jump on your fucking leg. And I mean, dig the claws in, and he didn't only scratch. That motherfucker would bite the shit out of you. And
yeah.
So, and I'd smack him in the head. I'd punch him in the fucking head, knock him down. And,
he didn't give a fuck.
Nah, he didn't care. You know, it was worth it to get in the hit on me, you know.
Yeah.
Not only did he lie out in the middle of the road, he would lie in the corner of the driveway. And you know how you cut corners when you go in the driveway? Sometimes you even hit the curb. But no, he wouldn't even, and he'd have his arm up on the curb like he's in a fucking lounge chair, and watching you drive by, and kind of, hey, what are you doing? That's where these cats came from. That's why they scratched the shit out of you. I wouldn't put up with that with the cat that I had tamed up. You know, the one that Zach's mom brought home.
Yeah.
Because I'd take him over to the door, and he gave me any shit. I'd throw the door open and we went out into a carport, and I'd punch his ass so hard he would like cartwheel through the air and end up on the other side of the carport. And Zach's mom, Michelle, she would be, no, but you ain't Bob, don't hurt him, oh. And I said, no, I'm just establishing, you know, who's in charge here. And when Zach's mom and I separated, he starved himself to death. And I had to pull all the hair off his stomach because it got and shit in it.
Well, anyway, and, so what did that?
If we ever separate again, you're taking Wimpy.
Yeah.
That's what I named him, and so when we did separate again, Wimpy is maybe the best friend I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And he 17 years with me, longer than Zach's mom did. And he was a wild. He went outdoors every night, and he would bring the squirrels home, lay them on the front doorstep, and you know, in a day or two, first the head would go, then part of the body, then the rest of the body. Eventually, there would be just a squirrel tail. After we didn't appreciate his little gift there.
Yeah.
But and so I've always, because as I say, I love living with wild animals. We had snakes and shit.
Well, we had the raccoon in the house.
There was Possum Pete.
Yeah.
Possum lived under Zach's bed for about 8 days, and then I let him live out in the garage for a while before that because it looked like he got hit by a car. And Zach's got a picture somewhere of Possum Pete sneaking into the kitchen from Zach's bedroom. And he's right over my shoulder. He's right behind me, slipping in there. But I finally had to trap him in a fishing net, and with Zach's help, and put him outside because he was getting better, but he just didn't want to leave because the cat dishes were still around. So he'd go in and finish off cat food, and he always had something to drink. And so. Yeah, is that him?
That's him.
There he is. There he is. That's when we were trying to get him behind the garbage can, but he beat us.
Yeah.
He beat us into Zach's bedroom, and underneath Zach's bed is every fucking toy he ever owned over here. About, I'm shitting you not, 1,500 toy soldiers.
Yeah, I had a lot.
I would keep the toy soldiers, so I went ape shit for him, and he loved it. But Possum, he lived here for a while. And then we had the coons that lived here.
Yep.
But badass, you got to watch out for coons. I had a couple I tried to tame down from one.
Well, you remember Daniel.
But what happened to Daniel?
He tried to get a raccoon as a pet. He tried for 2 months. We were like 9.
Did he bite the shit out of him?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's a raccoon.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I had them when they were little babies.
Yeah.
My mother was in the road, and a buddy of mine was a park ranger, and he brought them to me. And he said, Bob, you know, you're always taking in animals here. So I had them, and they love candy canes. So I'd be feeding them a candy cane, and they'd be licking up, and they'd be looking up at me. But one arm, they'd be reaching around the side to grab my finger and bite the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And they did that one time, and I learned to watch for that. So finally, I had to let him loose out, you know, just like Zach and I did with all the ones he caught in his backyard.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah. And he's got stickers down in front of the refrigerator that have a picture of a coon on it, pasted to those cheap, you know,
magnets.
Stickers of magnets.
Yeah.
And he's got a line of them down there. But anyway, that's the story of those two cats and all the cats I've ever owned. Dogs are kind of sycophantic, you know. I mean, I when I was a kid, they weren't locked up. I mean, you didn't have to stop them.
Yeah.
They ran loose, and they knocked me off my bike enough times that I beat them to death in the fucking street. The cop who lived a block and a half down the road, and I beat his dog to death with a broom handle right in front of his fucking family. And that cop didn't say fuck ass to me. As everybody knew, he's just lucky I didn't come down and just blow his fucking head off with a shotgun. So, you know, but I'm not a big dog guy. I had a great dog when I was a kid, but
yeah,
you know, I want a wild animal.
Yeah,
and that's what Zach's talking about. Those motherfuckers were wild.
They were.
If they go past puberty and they don't get their nuts cut off or their tubes tied,
yeah,
then
they start wilding out.
They never come. Yeah, they never become wild. And I think the reason the sister was mad at brother, my guess is that brother tried to fuck her. But I don't know. And that sounds like brother. And that's what cats do, man. And they can breed every 6 months.
Yeah.
So I think she was always on his ass.
All right.
That wasn't always true. We had one brother.
Yeah.
His sister, the kitten's born under your bed.
Yeah.
You were 8 years old. That was Zach's.
I was 11.
That was your lesson in biology there.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you later. Yo. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Zach's was incubator? Yeah, no, she had these kittens, and there were 4 kittens, and we kept 2 of the kittens, and then the other 2 families in the neighborhood that were like the other kids that I would play with in the neighborhood, like my neighbors, and then my neighbors' neighbors. It was like our house, like their house, and the other house, right? And so like the 3 of us, like each family like got one of the kittens, and we got 2 of them, and that was it.